How long have you had social media? When did you start your very first account? I started my first on Facebook in April of 2004, 16 years ago, while I was still a student at Cornell. I have been revisiting my earliest days on social media these last few weeks while I prepared my official declaration in response to JLM's litigation against me. And as ugly as it has been, having the opportunity to look back at my history and footprint on social media really was a blessing. My first posts on Instagram brought back really strong memories. The skyline from my early days in New York City, a picture of my best friend and her dog, my favorite quote from Steve Jobs. Then there is my very first direct message with my now fiancé Conrad. So much of my Instagram is about who I am. And it's hard to look at pictures of my amazing parents who have stood with me since the day I was born, gave me my name, and not feel overwhelmed with emotion. These thousands of posts and thoughtful captions I can't touch today because JLM's litigation took them away from me, at least for now. The next hearing in my case is in a couple of weeks on January 29th, and today is actually the day my lawyers filed my official response to JLM's restraining order against me, and it is linked here in my bio because I'd like you to read it. I want you to take this journey along with me, and I have always valued transparency. These pictures mark the highlights of my last decade, and if you look at them as I did, I wonder how anyone could think they belong to JLM, rather than something that has been so intensely personal to me and from my voice. I also looked at the messages you sent me over the past almost 9 years, and I was so grateful all over again to have had so many friends who I've never even met in person, but treasure fiercely. The times when I was hurting the most was when you were there with encouragement and compassion, and when I found new love after divorce, you were as joyful for me as I was for myself. Not all of this is happy, of course. I am fighting to restore my Instagram to my control, and looking at these posts and the relationships I have with you reminds me of how much has been taken from me. These last few weeks, I have also relived my relationship and my major contributions to JLM. And that is all in my declaration as well. Much of the conflict started in 2019 when JLM was trying to expand their rights to control more and more of my business endeavors in a new agreement. This is not something I was comfortable with, and I refused. Their demands were ever increasing and, in my view, deceptive. In one email exchange with Mr. Murphy, he said that he does not claim access to my persona beyond the wedding gowns or related categories. Yet here we are, with JLM having told the court that they claim my social media accounts, and they claim my name for all of business for all time. A lot of what has transpired and happened has made me toughen up in what I will tolerate as a businesswoman and a leader moving forward, and this is my silver lining. There are certain behaviors and entitlements I have witnessed that I will not accept at all in my next entrepreneurial pursuit, and for that I am grateful. I am also proud of myself for standing up for myself and not giving in to JLM's demands. Their response to this was to sue me in order to take what I would not give them. And this declaration is really my first opportunity to respond to many of their inaccurate and false claims. In it, for the very first time, I can share with you emails from JLM employees that contradict the statements they have made. Emails which make it clear that JLM staff knew that my Instagram account was my personal property that they could not employ without my permission. While they claimed in their motion that I only posted wedding gowns all the time, or that there were no personal photos of me on the account, these statements are demonstrably false, and I show example after example. When JLM took over my Instagram account and started posting without telling you what they had done or what was going on, not even letting stores know I had resigned, your posts and messages gave me strength and courage. Like me, you were shocked and angry, and instantly recognized the differences in the tone and the content on my Instagram page. This filing has hundreds of examples of your support for me and outrage at JLM. It has been so difficult to watch my personal account that I have poured so much of my life, creativity, heart, and soul into morph into what is now a product-driven advertisement page. They even changed the description from being me, a person, verified as a public figure, to now a clothing brand. But that is as concise of an explanation as any about why I will never work there again. On the topic of work, I mentioned one of my first posts on Instagram was a favorite quote from Steve Jobs. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. And as with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. Still to this day, one of my favorites. These last few weeks have been hard, but they have also been inspirational and dynamic. The messages I have received from many in and out of the bridal industry have been so heartfelt and so kind. And the messages I am holding super tight to are from brides-to-be, and brides who have already walked their own aisles. You don't have any incentive whatsoever to contact me, but you do anyways. And you give me support and love and courage and extra pep in my step. We've never met face to face, but you treat me like a sister. You have used your time and your compassion and given it to me in volumes I never imagined. I am not sure how to repay that, but I certainly look forward to trying. And the best way I can think of just today is offering full transparency, showing up as authentic as I possibly can, and expressing my gratitude for all of your gifts. And so we will fight this together.